today, I thought for this podcast, what I would do is I just put on a bit of deodorant before we start. Whenever I'm feeling a little bit sweaty, I like to use some Xbox by Lynx. Whenever you want to smell like second place, just spray on a little bit of Xbox flavored deodorant.
Is that actually a thing, or did you stick the Xbox on there?
No, that's a flavor.
That's actually a thing.
That's a flavor of deodorant in Australia. Xbox flavor. And
if that's it smell like a gamer. Yeah,
no,
I was thinking.
Like I smell like a loser now.
Yeah.
This episode of the podcast is not sponsored by Lynx or by Xbox. However, if either Xbox or Lynx want to reach out and sponsor the podcast, then this is genuinely the best smelling fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. Hello and welcome back to TCS with Josh and George. Hopefully everyone is having a fantastic day today. I'm having another brilliant day of lockdown in Sydney, Australia, and I'm joined by my co-host, not George. This is actually Joel. Hi, Joel.
I thought I was going to pretend to be George.
No. So George got fired from the podcast, unfortunately. Had a lot of complaints over the last couple of weeks from, you guys, the audience, just about some of the behavior that's coming from George. A lot of sort of people saying they've unsubscribed because of George. So I have had to, unfortunately, let him go.
I was one of them. I just don't think he was depressed enough for this podcast. He was too upbeat. He didn't show it. He needs to show it. He needs to show he's not happy.
We've upgraded the show, and we're now paying Joel an exorbitant amount of money to be here today as our special guest.
That's right. It's a good contract. I think it could be a bit better. It's not as good as Messi's, but
No, you gotta negotiate those terms. You
can't complain.
You gotta run with it.
Yeah.
So actually, George is away on holiday at the moment. He's away for the next couple of weeks. So instead of planning out this whole thing of George being away, I forgot. He told me about 5 or 6 weeks before he was going. I knew about this vacation for a long time because he'd been telling me he's so excited to go and visit California and lie on the beach and have a good time. And I just forgot. I'm disorganized, and so as a result, I've got a couple of weeks of guest podcasts for you guys. So we've got a few different YouTubers and friends of mine who are going to come along and help out over the next couple of weeks just to fill in that gap of George, or try and fill in that gap of George. But he did say he was going to call in just as we started this podcast. Now, actually, he's just calling in now. Let's flick over to George. Hey, buddy, how's it going on holiday?
Everyone is getting. What is this? What is this? Oh, I thought this was like underwear. Right, where'd you find this turkey? What?
Oh, all right. So I don't know what that was.
He's having a good time. He's having a good time.
So, I mean, he's eating plenty of protein, so that's good. And it looks like he's having a good time on vacation. So hopefully he enjoys his next couple of weeks off, and we can sort of fill in. But look, you guys might not know who Joel is. You might know who Joel is. He's actually a one half of another podcast, which is eerily similar to this podcast. So I don't know, Joel. Do you want to explain who you are and what you do and where you're from?
I'm just GuyFarruski. That's pretty much it. You should know me by now, by the way. I mean, I've got about 100k subs. I don't really have 100k subs.
One day.
No, I'm just a dude on YouTube. I like talking about anime. I like talking about platinums. I'm the other half of the Platinum podcast, which you may or may not have heard of. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm nothing special.
I mean, you're pretty special. That's why I asked you to come along and help me co-host this week.
Have you been talking to my mum?
I had to talk to her to get hold of you to get your details.
She's the only one that calls me special. So
oh,
I feel
really?
like she's got a bit of an input. And you've always been special. Always.
Yeah, no, I've never spoken to Joel in my life until we started recording this about 2.5 minutes ago. This is the first time we've ever spoken. Is that how you started your podcast? You guys did that, right? You weren't friends beforehand?
No, we weren't. I saw. I followed Lewis on Instagram, and I followed a few trophy hunters. I used to be a lot into trophy hunting, and yeah, he posted on his story. He was like, "Oh, I'm thinking of doing a podcast. Who wants to join?" And I was like, "Oh, that could be a good idea." So
Me.
I messaged him. I was like, "Yay, I'll do it." And yeah, we had like a quick. It was about 15 minutes where it was just to know each other, just to see if we could or couldn't click. Yeah, we kind of got on, and we thought, yeah, let's give it a go. Next time we spoke
he's all right.
was the episode.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't imagine that.
It was cringy. The first episode, I'd say the first 4 episodes. Oh, so awkward. So awkward.
It's been a long time though, so I can't remember exactly, but it was a while ago.
There was a lot of awkward pauses where we didn't know who was going to talk, or we're kind of waiting for each other. We're kind of like,
got to feel each other out. So Joel's been a creator I've been following. We've been in touch, over the last, I don't know, year or so, I suppose. Going back and forth a little bit. Joel does, like you said, trophy videos, PlayStation videos, gaming videos. So his details are literally right below him right now. I want you guys to go over there and pause this video. And if you don't come back, that's fine. Just go over there and follow him, subscribe to him. I'd really appreciate that if you did, because this guy's making some really cool content over there. And he is a fantastic editor. And I'm trying to convince him to come and edit some of my videos so I don't have to edit as much of them. I think I'll be able to wear him down eventually, but it's just going to take a little bit more wearing him down before we finally convince him to come and join the TPT team. I think we'll get him there though.
Maybe. If throw in that tin of Xbox deodorant, and you may just tip me over the edge to do it.
I got plenty of that. They couldn't sell it. So it's just they've given it away everywhere. But I'm sure we can get some of that over to you in the United Kingdom. So yeah, Joel does a bunch of really cool PlayStation content. I'd love to see him do more anime content. I think that's where I see a lot of passion from Joel, and he does some really cool anime stuff. And I think has it been released when I was on your podcast yet, or has that not happened?
Not yet. I was actually thinking of scrapping that video. It was...
It's fair enough. I
was gonna email you about that, but
okay.
I suppose we could do it here. I mean,
that's fair enough.
I
noticed I hadn't been paid for it yet, so I was just wondering when that was gonna go live. Unusual.
Yeah, that's why we're scrapping it. I mean, the costs of the whole process and everything. I think it's just best if just forget it happened. It didn't actually happen. Okay. It was all in your head. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, let's sweep that one under the rug, and we'll just move swiftly along from there. But because of Joel's sort of knowledge and passion for anime, and also my passion for anime, which is very closeted on this YouTube channel, we want to focus today on talking about some anime stuff. And the main thing we want to focus this episode on is what would a Pokemon trophy list look like? So we're going to sort of hypotheticus.
No, I'm not even going to try, because my native language isn't English, so I'll leave you.
Hypoponymous. Hypothesize what a Pokemon Red or Blue trophy list would look like if it was on the PlayStation 4. And I think it'd be a fun activity for us to do a little bit later on. But before we do that, I want to know what Joel has been playing. I want to know if he's been playing any games lately. And inversely, I want to know what you guys have been playing as well. So I want you to let me know in the comment section down below what games you've been playing at the moment while we discuss what we've been playing. I think it's going to come as no surprise what I've been playing. But let's hear from Joel. Let's see what he's been up to lately.
Mostly clearing the PS3 backlog.
Mm-hmm.
The last game I had to do was Tomb Raider, and that multiplayer, man. Good
on
God.
The PS3, you did it.
Oh yeah.
My!
You can grind on your own, but it just takes a lot longer. I managed to find someone equally as depressed as me, and we just killed each other for, I'd say it was a good 6 hours to reach level 60.
Is that all? 6 hours? That's not so bad.
Oh, it is. It is like a 20-minute game feels like an eternity. It's so tedious, and the online is laggy. Like you'll be pressing the run button, and just out of nowhere, your character just stop running. Or even worse, like you're going towards like the meet-up point where you kill each other, and your character stops running halfway through a jump, and you fall and die. It's frustrating.
Sounds like something
so
I want to do right now. I don't know why I haven't done this. This sounds just up my alley in terms of awful things to do today.
I can send you a copy if you want.
No, I just mean it sounds like something I would like to spend 6 hours just
All right.
playing something that's truly horrific, experiencing just, you know, a terrible multiplayer mode tacked onto an otherwise pretty good game.
Yeah. Well, that's the game for you, for sure.
That's
For
exactly
sure.
it. So, okay, so struggling through multiplayer on Tomb Raider, fair enough.
Yeah. Then going back to Rayman Legends, which is, let me just say, I'm gonna say it's the best Ubisoft game out there, hands down.
That's
the best one.
That's
Look,
absolutely not a claim I can endorse, but okay, go on.
It is. It's got no bugs or glitches like this. I'm gonna sell this game. I also am doing this because I need well, I don't need it anymore, but I need it to boost with people.
Okay, how many people?
So add me on
need?
PSN.
How many people do you need? Tell me. Let's get some. If people are watching this now, they can help you boost.
Oh, I got loads of games to boost. There's like 50 games there that I need to.
List off the next 3 games you need help boosting with. Let's get some people involved.
Monster Hunter World is definitely one of them.
Oh Jesus, Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
Yep.
Division 2.
Division 2.
And Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4. All right, there you go, guys. If you want to help Joel boost these 3 games, just let us know in the comments down below. Joel's PSN, I'm sure he's going to make it. It's public, right? So it'll be down below. It'll be below his face there. You can add him on PSN. Let him know that that your boy over here sent him, and that you're going to go help him boost those games.
Yeah. And well, thank you for having me on the podcast. It was great to be here. And next time.
So Rayman Legends.
Rayman Legends, yeah. It's a great game. Like I think it's a great game. I'm not into platformers, but Rayman is a platformer that I enjoy. It's got some pretty frustrating levels, but it's colorful, it's easy to play. The loading screens are pretty much non-existent. Like you die and you're instantly back in again. It's so easy to just replay it over and over and over again. And the music's great. It's a game you could just relax to.
Yeah.
It's not a very frustrating game. I think it's great. Even for people who aren't gamers, you probably enjoy Rayman Legends. My wife, she doesn't like gaming, and every now and then we'll play co-op, and she loves it. You know, she'll bash out a few hours. So it's great. It's a good family game, I think.
I remember playing that on the PlayStation Vita, I think, when it originally came out. I don't think I ever played the console version of it, and I had a great time with it. Same thing you just said. Very colorful, really good soundtrack to it, and very simple, like 2D gameplay. But the art style is really nice. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
And it came out at a time when there wasn't a lot. You know, there's obviously a lot of indie 2D side scroller games now at the end of the PlayStation 4 generation. But back when that came out, I think what was that, 2015, 2016.
Yeah, it's quite old.
Somewhere in there. There wasn't a ton of that type of game. It was a little bit more unique back then. I mean, it still probably is quite unique, but it was there wasn't as much competition, I would say, for that kind of a genre. I think 2D games have made a bit of a resurgence probably towards, sort of 2018, 2019. Yeah.
They have. I mean, you've got good platformers like Crash, but Crash is a hard platformer. Like you could probably jump in the first few levels and be like, yeah, this is a good time. And then after impossible, it becomes like frustrating as hell. Like Rayman, you can just go with it, go with the flow. It's good. It's a good platformer. If Ubisoft want to sponsor this podcast as well, I mean, I've just literally said it's the best game.
He's learnt really quickly on exactly what the amount of shilling we're willing to do over here to get a sponsor. It's just any sponsor, just reach out. It's not, that's all you got to do.
I've only got like 3 tattoos in my body. If the requirement is to tattoo the logo, man,
you're happy to do it. We've got real estate.
Yeah. I mean, one of those. I'm open-minded.
I haven't been playing much. I've just been playing one game, which I don't know. If the time of recording this, I'm not sure if I've revealed that I've been playing it, but it will make sense if people have watched the previous episodes. Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Yes.
Which I've been playing now for 6 weeks, I think.
Are you going for the platinum?
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
I know. I am pretty impressive. So is the
That's
number of subscribers just down below. But
I'm subscribe, guys, so that impressiveness keeps rising.
yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Go and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I'm sure you're not this far into the video without having subscribed, but if you are for whatever weird reason, if you don't do it, your trophy's going to glitch and they'll probably get deleted. So make sure you subscribe to just prevent that from happening. It's like insurance, basically. I don't know. I don't know why it works or how it works. It just does. So it's just safer that way. I've been playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 for the platinum. I'm doing a full video about this. I've been recording this video now for literally 6 weeks, and it's been a nightmare. It's been fun. It's been frustrating. I've made friends. I've made enemies. It's the plot. It's the plot of any Fast and Furious movie. Essentially, it's fast. It's furious. There are no girls, but it's just been a wild ride, and I am still nowhere near the end of this platinum. I'm a long way off this platinum at this point. So
Black Ops 4 was the one that didn't have a campaign, right?
Exactly. So it should be the easiest.
So it's just online.
It should be the easiest, but instead there is just so much online. You would be shocked how much content they packed into this game. You know, they've got special ops, which is, I don't even know. Let's not talk about that. They've got traditional multiplayer with a bunch of modes and a bunch of trophies. They've got Blackout, which is a battle royale. They've got zombies. And if you really love zombies, they don't just have one zombies map. They got 4 zombies maps. It's just jam-packed, this game of content. It's a real bargain of Call of Duty here.
So what's the hardest thing? Like what's the thing that's like holding you back from that platinum? Like what's the
entire game? It started.
Is it like stupid trophies, or is it just like almost impossible levels to do? I've heard the zombies is pretty hard.
Incredibly difficult trophy. It's a difficult platinum to begin with. I think it is like what I would classify as a very hard platinum.
All right, I'm gonna do what a GuyFarruski thing, and I'm just gonna research like
you could just research it. The trophy
the
list
ranking of it.
Yeah, the trophy list is split into sort of 3 or 4 sections. Let's say that, like I said, the multiplayer, your operatives, your Blackout, and your zombies. The zombies has got about 70% of the trophies attached to it. However, so 70% would indicate to you that, hey, I'm going to be spending 70% of my time in zombies. And you do spend a large amount of your time in zombies. But Blackout is the Battle Royale mode, which has, I think, 6 trophies or 7 trophies attached to it. Yet I have spent, I think, over 100 hours just in Blackout to unlock those trophies. Because of just how insane they are to unlock.
So it's a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
So it's along the same caliber as Bloodborne. Bloodborne's also a 7 out of 10. So it's like a Souls game, but
I would say it's harder than Bloodborne. Personally,
it's the multiplayer.
It's the variability of it, but it's not only the variability of the battle royale, which is 100 people, and you having to find an item that randomly spawns sometimes in a random location sometimes, then go to a specific place on the map and complete an objective, and then survive to the top 5. It's not
I'm guessing you can't boost these.
No, not easily.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the hardest thing, isn't it? Because like people say, "Oh, I'm playing multiplayer, this, that, and the other." Okay, yeah, multiplayer is hard, but if you can boost the multiplayer, then you're fine. If you can't boost, then that's a problem.
So there are ways to cheese it, which we've been doing, and I don't want to spoil too much because it'll be in the full documentary that I'm publishing at this point, which is an hour long. You guys are going to sit and watch it as well after I've spent this much time playing the bastard. So there are bits you can cheese, but a lot of it comes down to just getting lucky and like the RNG of some of these elements as well. But the big problem we're facing now is that the Blackout servers are dying rapidly. So no one's playing the game anymore, and the Blackout player base has dwindled. So the game used to start when you get 100 players in there. Now lobbies are starting with like 50 or 40. And the challenge we're having is that sometimes you're queuing for 40 minutes for a lobby to kick off and start The problem with that
Oh.
is it would be okay if you could complete something in each game, but the reality is sometimes you'll just drop and you'll just get shot in the back of the head from nowhere after waiting for 40 minutes, and you're in there for 30 seconds and you're dead. So there's just the server closure now is becoming a real threat for this platinum. Not server closure, the server's dying is becoming a real threat for me completing this platinum. So I guess watch this space. We'll see how we go.
Do you regret starting it?
No, because it's been yeah, I do. Yeah.
You were trying to justify that. You just thought,
You know what?
no.
I was gonna say I've enjoyed the journey that I've gone on with some people, but I hate this game, and I hate the people that are still playing this game competitively. I think there's a play another game. Why are you playing this game from 2018? So sweaty. Why are you sweating so hard at this when you can just play the 2 other Call of Duty games that came out after this one, or Warzone, or literally anything? Why are you still playing this? Why is this your game?
Alternatively, you could. I mean, if you had PS Plus, it was free.
That's
a couple of months ago.
That's why that's originally where I got the idea.
You could download it, or if you have it, you could download it, and you could help our good friend Josh here get the platinum.
Point, you've got to be good. At this point, it's not a. I did actually put a message out at the start of July asking for help, but at this point, I think you've just got to be so good to be able to contribute something. Otherwise, it just becomes a hindrance, I think. Yeah, I'm just.
You can help Josh, but there's a level.
There's a
requirement.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey. It's been a very interesting platinum to have gone for, and this is probably the first platinum trophy I've earned. Well, I would have earned in 2021. I haven't earned any platinums this year. I've taken, I retired from trophy hunting. This is my return from retirement.
You're lying, aren't you? You just haven't been able to play anything else apart from this game. That's why. I don't
know what. I hate this game so much. It's just ridiculous, man. It's going to be satisfying when it's done, and we're almost there. So
I hope you get it done. I do hope you get it done.
Otherwise, I've just been consuming an ungodly amount of the X-Files, which I talk about all the time now that we're doing this. I think I'm up to season 6 of the X-Files at this point. Almost time for me to crack open the X-Files Fight for the Future, the movie, which I think takes place at the end of this season. So I can't wait to finally do that. This has been sitting on my desk for weeks now.
I've never watched X-Files, I know the memes.
Yeah,
I've never watched it.
You just want to believe. That's the thing. You just got to believe. Look, if you're trying to platinum the X-Files, 24 episodes per season. 11 seasons. Straight off the bat. 11 seasons. Easy. 2 movies. Count them, 2.
Is that DLC included, or?
No, the movies are a part of it. They're canon.
Oh, okay.
1 special event season that came back 10 years after the show had been taken off air. I think it's got 6 episodes. And then randomly a final season, which came out 2 years ago. The show concluded its original run, I think, in 2001. I don't know why it came back again for another random season. But
it's
there's a lot of
it's like Friends. Yeah, it's Friends. It's like they come in. I think people are running out of ideas nowadays, and they're just let's bring something old back. People like it. Look at Dexter's coming back as well.
I saw Dexter's coming back. That's terrifying as well. I'm very impressed that they made a Dexter spin-off with Dexter as the protagonist. I think that takes some real balls from Showtime to have gone ahead and done that. Normally you pick one of the side characters and make another show about them, but they're like, no, let's make a spin-off with the protagonist of the original show. We'll call it the same name, but it's not the same show, different show. And we'll just make that a thing. That's wild.
That's not going to piss people off, is it?
I don't know. Fox brought back the X-Files when they were reviving a bunch of stuff. I think they did Prison Break. They revived 24 around a similar time. I think Heroes as well. A bunch of their shows got revived for another season, 2017, 2018. randomly.
And then just shot in the head again.
Pretty much, yeah. I think they all just got
Yeah.
immediately cancelled because these don't work in 2018 or whenever they came out. So, slowly making my way through the X-Files. That's your X-Files update for this week. And I haven't been playing any other game. I've just been playing Black Ops every night. Best game alive.
You seem to be enjoying it so much.
Yeah. I don't know, is the UK on fire the same as Australia is right now, or are you guys doing all right?
No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay.
For a change.
I don't leave the house, watch the news,
Yeah.
turn the TV on. So it's all right in my little bubble, which is me and my bunk bed. So
yeah,
things are good. Things are looking up.
We've been in a lockdown where we can't leave the house for 9 weeks at this point. So
Wow.
a lot of Black Ops.
You should maybe play something that will help rather than, something to make it worse. Just some advice.
I'm a
Just some
glutton
friendly
for
advice.
punishment. I'm also a pro trophy hunter, and as is being demonstrated by me earning the platinum in Black Ops 4.
By pro trophy hunter, do you mean you spend like a stupid amount of money on these easy games that you just stack?
Let's save that for another day. I'm not going to open
Nice.
that can of worms today to get abused in the comment section down below.
I can already see this video having like 50 dislikes just for that comment alone.
Probably already does. I think before we
Please
got to
don't
this
leave.
point, it would have got to 50 dislikes.
Please don't leave.
The main topic of the show that we want to discuss is Pokemon. So if you're not aware of what Pokemon,
Oh come on, people, you should know what Pokemon is. It's the word. It's like it's the
Can you
spin-off version
explain
of
what
the spin-off version of Digimon.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Right.
good way of explaining it. Exactly. I couldn't, in all earnest, describe Pokemon like in a layman's terms. You catch animals.
You catch animals, and I mean, when you're a kid, it seems innocent enough. But then when you grow up, you kind of, I mean, the thing is, in the world of Pokemon, right? There are no animals like we have in our world. The Pokemon are the animals, right?
Yeah.
And then you start thinking like you see people in restaurants eating, a beef burger or
But they're made
just
of
a
Pokemon.
steak. Yeah, and you think, that's Moo Moo.
It is.
Is it Moo Moo Milk the name of the Pokemon, or
I think
Moo
it's
Milk or something?
Miltank.
Miltank, that's the one.
Yeah, it's definitely them.
Yeah, it kind of gets to you a little bit,
I don't know. It's just animals, right? I think the part that's more messed up is that you go and catch the legendary animals, which are basically an extinct species or an endangered species of animal, right?
And you keep them trapped in a ball for the rest of their lives. They only come out when you need to pit them against another animal.
You've got these 3 legendary birds. They're basically just consider them 3 birds that are about to go extinct. It's like the final rhino.
Yeah.
And some dude just catches it, takes it with him, and then uses it to fight other things for the rest of its life. Pokemon is a bit weird when you do think of it that way.
Yeah.
But we thought it might be fun to discuss what a Pokemon Red or Blue trophy list would look like on PS4. So we're imagining that this is a world when Nintendo went bankrupt after the Wii U and Sony came in and just gobbled up some of those IPs. It was like, Smash Bros. No thanks, we've got PlayStation All Stars. We don't need that garbage. So look at that, they're like, oh, we don't need that. Mario, we got Sackboy, we don't need that. They swat these things away, but then they see the shiny Pokemon there, and they decide, look, let's release Pokemon Red and Blue on the PlayStation 4. What would we be thinking for a trophy list like this? I think we had a bit of a discussion about it.
Yeah, I think the most important thing to decide is who would the devs be, or who would the publisher be? I'd say EA.
I'd
say
we can go with
EA.
Yeah, we can go with EA for the scenario. I think that's going to make things horrendous, but let's go with EA.
Yeah, I could just see like the one trophy being catch them all, but obviously you can't catch them all in one game. You need both games or the games in that generation. So it would either be you'd choose one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they'd give you could catch every Pokemon except one, which would be in the other game.
And you'd have to trade.
You'd have to no trading would be. This is EA. Come on, you don't trade in EA.
So is that an online trophy? Well, yeah, keep going.
No, you need to buy the other game.
Ah, so you
Full
can't.
price.
There's no online or anything here. You can't.
Oh,
just-
no online. Like, they can't make it that easy. Come on.
Ah, okay. So it's not even an
No,
online.
you
trophy.
need to buy the other. You can have one online trophy, which is, I don't know, like buy a pack of Pokemon would be the online
buy a pack of
requirement.
Pokemon cards or something like that.
Yeah.
There'd probably be
They-
some sort of weird element in there that they add into it, which is like Pokemon cards that
Ultimate Pokemon Coliseum team.
That's probably, you know what? Now you've said it, I feel like that's doesn't sound like such an insane idea, honestly.
It doesn't, does it?
It's-
It kind of just popped in.
It's scary, but
Yeah.
I know that being someone from the video game industry, I know that it's been discussed in a boardroom somewhere. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. So okay, so the first thing we have is two separate trophy lists, but there's only one difference between the two. There's this one trophy which is you have to earn all the Pokemon, and one of them's not available in this game, and then the same in the other game.
Yeah.
That's already going to piss people off because that's two platinum trophies you can earn for basically the identical game, except we don't make the rules, by the way, guys. This is not, this is not our ideal Pokemon trophy list. This is the reality. This is what it is.
Yeah. This is, you know, we decided this like depending on the publisher. The publisher would have to be EA, and if it was, you know, this would be a thing. We know it. They know it.
So EA famously
people still buy it.
EA famously have a trophy in there normally for making you spend way more time in the game than is ever necessary. Plants vs Zombies Garden Battle for Neighborville, I think it's like a 200-hour platinum because they just want you to stay in there buying more packs. Star Wars Battlefront was the same. So what would the equivalent be in Pokemon? Is it like beating the Pokemon League 500 times? It's just something ridiculous.
Yeah. I think. Well, now that we spoke about it, I think the separate one would be the Coliseum. I think
that would be the grind.
Yeah, the grind would be have them all in the Coliseum. Or
that's a pretty wild thought, especially if you're buying packs. That's wild.
Yeah. It's like McDonald's did something similar not long ago, where the Happy Meal would give you a pack of 5 cards, and it'd be something along those lines, along that premises.
I saw in America someone set a McDonald's on fire because they ran out of Pokemon cards.
That doesn't surprise me.
You didn't flinch when I said it, so
that doesn't surprise me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I reckon they need a trophy in there, which is just catch 1,000 Pokemon.
Even though it's just
any Pokemon, any 1,000.
Oh right, okay. So you could like the repeats.
Yeah,
you can catch.
No, they need you to. They want you playing this game.
Okay.
Look. We don't want our customers turning this game off, okay? I've asked you as an intern to come in here and pitch this trophy list to me, Mr. EA. We can't have people turning this off. Let's slap a trophy in there for catching 1,000 Pokemon.
Yeah, that sounds
fair and reasonable and fun.
I think no. That's definitely something that would be a thing.
Yeah. And
I think
all the customers would love that. So that's definitely something EA would do.
So that would be the online. Then obviously as an anime game, there would have to be another grind. You know, there's the online grind, but there would also be the single player grind.
Yeah.
What could that be?
Are you thinking like level a Pokemon up to level 100 or level a full party up to level 100?
Level a Pokemon of each type.
Oh, that's a nasty, and it's a bronze.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a nasty trophy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because what if you're just a bug trainer? What if you're just like me, just train bug Pokemon?
Yeah. Can you buy rare candy or?
In this game, you can buy it with real money. You can
microtransactions.
Microtransactions, obviously. That's a given. So I think you could definitely use that to grind your way up. I think level 1 of each Pokemon type to 100 is good. I think that's just nasty enough.
Yeah.
I still think there needs to be a bunch of filler trophies as well, though. I think we need a bunch of stuff for catching a certain number of each Pokemon. So maybe we just have we have a bunch of trophies for catching like 50 of each Pokemon type. And it's just that fills out a bunch of bronzes for us. We don't have to really put too much effort into any of that. Then
you'd have the is it Bill's PC? Fill Bill's PC completely, but instead of having 12 boxes, that would be like 50. And you could put 50 Pokemon in each.
It's like a quality of life improvement that's completely backhanded. It's like a very welcome quality of life improvement. You can catch more Pokemon and store more Pokemon. However, there's a bronze trophy. It's maxing it out.
Yeah, this whole game would only have one gold, which would be spend over 1,000 real money in game.
I don't think they can do that. I think that's a step even EA hasn't taken yet. Is spend
that's the magic
to buy this
magic
trophy.
word. That's a magic word there. Yet it's coming. It's coming.
Yet.
It's coming. It's inevitable.
What about a Pikachu based trophy? Because I feel like that's something. What if it's just like I don't know if it's like
kill
not kill
defeat Pikachu 100 times.
I was wondering, is it's like specking your Pikachu out like Ash's Pikachu, so he's like got same moves.
Yeah, so level your Pikachu up to 99 without letting him evolve to Raichu.
Yeah, like something like that. I think that's a really fun trophy to do.
That would be pretty fun, apart from reaching level 99 with him. But you know.
Apart from the entire requirements of the trophy.
Okay, there could be another one because Ash has a few Pokemon that don't level up that don't evolve.
We're filling out Ash's roster. This is it's called Ash's Party or something. That's
Ash's Journey. It'll be called Ash's Journey.
Okay.
So, I'll be honest. I haven't watched Pokemon in a long time.
I haven't seen it for 20 odd years.
I know he has like an out of control Charizard, and I think he has the 3 starter Pokemon. So he has Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur.
He's got the Slug.
If I recall. The Slug. There's a Slug?
There's a Slug type. The Butterfree.
I don't. Oh yeah, Butterfree, yeah.
Yeah, he's got that.
Yeah, we has a very intense fight with another guy with a Metapod, and they just harden themselves for.
I remember him crying.
Like
I haven't seen Pokemon in a long time, so I'm not the best person to be talking about the Pokemon anime, but I'm gonna try and pull us out of this one really quickly. But I think if we just have a situation of you getting the full party together of like Ash's original party of Pokemon or something like that. I think that's a good little trophy there. I think he's got he's got the Slug, he's got Pikachu, he's got 3 starters. What's his name? It's not Metapod. It's
there is no Slug in the first generation.
It's
I'm sure there is.
Right? It's Wormmon or something.
Weedle. No, Weedle's the other one. Caterpie. He's not a slug, he's a caterpillar. It's literally in the name. Caterpie. The Slug.
Wormmon is also famously one of the best Digimon. So just gonna throw that grenade in the mix as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would be an accurate trophy list. Obviously, then you got your basic one, which is like complete the game.
Yeah, so finish the game. You've got like one for each of the different gyms. You've got a trophy for those. One for finishing probably the Elite Four as well. Maybe one for defeating Team Rocket.
Yeah, that's story based. I think. I think you have to go out of your way to do that.
You have like a generic one for like leaving your house because you're always going to get that gimme just to start you off.
Yeah, get your first Pokemon or catch your first Pokemon.
Catch your first Pokemon. Win your first battle. Use your first healing item.
Yeah,
pretty the basic stuff here. The basic stuff.
Defeat the Elite Four with 1 HP.
That's a thing that people can do. That is a thing.
That could be a good one.
Yeah, and then there could be some like really hyper specific ones as well for just like evolving a Magikarp or something. I don't know what a really difficult Pokemon to evolve is, but maybe there's just like a really specific one for like something.
Evolve Gengar, which you have to trade him, so you automatically have to get the other game. that would be a silver. Because you're going the extra mile to spend money. So that would be a silver, that one.
You joke about it, but it's true. That's the kind of thing that happens in these discussions.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's sort of a Pokemon.
Thank God PlayStation haven't bought Pokemon. Let me just say.
There is
Thank
so
God.
much evil stuff that could be done with the Pokemon franchise.
Oh, God.
If it was in the wrong hand. Like, you've seen the Funko Pops starting to do Pokemon figures now, and it started off like really harmless with like a Pikachu and a Bulbasaur and a Squirtle, and then now it's getting out of hand. We've got an Eevee, we've got the Slug. All these characters are getting Pokemon made after them. It's getting out of control.
It's once something starts making money, that's it. They're like, oh well, we better work on this. Let's just ruin it completely and get people to just spend money. It's one of the
curses of a franchise like that with like almost 1,000 animals.
Yeah, and they just keep making them. It just doesn't stop.
They have one of these animals that's just money.
Do they really?
No, but I think that's
right.
only a matter of time.
There will be, yeah. I know there's one that's like an ice cream.
Yeah, they got an ice cream in there. It's
it's not just animals anymore. It's like it's furniture now. There's like these poor Pokemon. They just live there, just storing things. Like there's one that's probably a cupboard where I'm sure there is. All his life, it just sits there.
Cupboardmon. The thing that I liked about Digimon is they all ended in Mon. It was just a lot simpler to remember. Well, actually, their names aren't simpler to remember, but it was just a much simpler time, you know. Agumon.
Yeah.
Gabumon. Wormmon.
Greymon that wasn't even grey.
Greymon.
It was orange.
That is a strange one. I wonder if that's just a weird translation thing.
Yeah, the evolutions always made me laugh because they'd start as like this cute little thing, then they'd evolve into this other cute little thing that was kind of similar, and then they'd be a chair in the next Digivolution, and then after the chair they'd be like a woman. Like what was that, Angelmon? Oh no, that was the male. A cat would turn into an angel.
Oh yeah, Angelmon.
But then this flying little Patamon, was it? He would evolve into an angel as well, and then from there I don't know. It was weird, but it's interesting.
So I got the full Digimon box set of every Digimon ever.
Really?
It's not in this room, so I can't show you it now. But it's on my list of something else to watch after X-Files. So it's got like Digimon Adventure 1 and 2. It's got Digimon Adventure Tri. It's got the Digimon Adventure Tri movie, Final Evolution or whatever it's got, and then it's got every other Digimon series like Tamers and I don't know, the one where they turn into the Digimon. I can't remember what that was called.
Yeah, I kind of I think I stopped watching after the first generation or maybe the second generation.
I plan on consuming a lot of Digimon content towards the back half of this year. I think it's going to be a fun little exercise to sink my teeth into. Is it just another anime? A
little bit of nostalgia. Did you watch it when you were a kid?
Yeah, I love Digimon. I mean, I showed you the Digimon on my desk. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a long time though, so it might not hold up.
I tried watching Digimon not long ago, you know.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was a bit too childish, I think.
Was it?
I'll get back to it. But then again, I started watching Digimon after coming off the back end of finishing Death Note, so it was a bit of a weird transition. Yeah, it was a weird transition.
Have you got a favorite anime? Like, is there a favorite anime? Does it change? Mine changes a little bit as time goes on, but do you have one like at the moment?
I think the one that's resonated with me the most is probably Naruto.
So it's pretty statically Naruto then for you.
For now. Then again, like I've watched a fair few bit of anime, but I've not watched that much of anime. My Hero Academia is very, very close to Naruto at the moment. It's very, very close.
I told you
because
good.
it's getting like when it starts out, it's a bit. I wouldn't say kiddie. It's got a bit of adult
right?
themes,
it's just fine. Yeah.
And then after like season 3, it gets very mature. Not like sexual or anything. Like calm down. But very, very. It gets very like psychological. There's a lot of like depressive themes as time goes on, especially after season 4. The end of that one.
Yeah.
Where that was brutal.
I was right.
That was brutal. The ending of that. I didn't expect that to be a thing, and the way the villain does it as well is, man, that was very villainous.
So have you seen the latest season?
Not yet.
Right.
Not yet.
So it's season 5, the newest one, right? Or is it season 6?
It's 5. I think
Okay.
I've only missed one season.
Yeah, probably the one that came out this year.
Yeah. I'm trying to finish Bleach at the moment.
Oh, so you're working through a different. So what's this is what I want to ask you. Have you thought about what your favorite anime video game would be then? Like, let's use Naruto as an example. There's obviously a lot of Naruto games, and you've probably played all of them. None of them probably quite hit that spot that you're looking for. None of them are like scratching that itch perfectly. Have you got like a concept for a perfect Naruto game?
I think the Naruto games are fine how they are.
Oh.
So I would leave those as they are.
Okay.
I think it's the what anime would I use as a game? I think I'd say Bleach at the moment because I'm watching Bleach.
Okay.
And Bleach has got some pretty interesting characters, got some pretty interesting sort of transformations and powers and stuff.
And famously has some pretty terrible video games.
It does. It does. So I'd pick Bleach as like a, and especially since Bleach is having like its final season soon. I think it's either this year or next year. I think it'd probably be appropriate to sort of talk about Bleach a bit. I'd have sort of exploration similar to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Okay.
Where it's an open world, or not a complete open world, but like an open world like sections where you can kind of go in and out of. I think an open world would be maybe a bit too tedious to travel as a character who can't really, teleport or anything. So I'd use that as a premises. I would go along the lines of how Naruto did their games rather than how Dragon Ball Z Kakarot did its game. I think they tried stuffing too much into one game, and I think that ruins it a bit because it takes away a lot of potential content that they could have added. Like they could have added the content from the movies within Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and they didn't because they tried stuffing the whole of Z in. Whilst in the Naruto games, they did it by arcs. So the first game is the first series, which isn't that great. But then the second game is from the beginning of Shippuden up to the Pain arc. And the third game is from the Pain arc up to about halfway through the War arc. And then obviously the fourth one is the rest of it. I think that worked well because they were able to put a lot more content in, and it was a lot. I think it was more enjoyable to go through. Also for the developers, it's more money for you. So, of
course.
Again, if you guys want to, use our idea, just I'm sure Josh will have our details. You can just email us.
Just gonna email us, and we can sell it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's that. Combat's going to be a hard one because it's sword fights. So combat is going to be pretty tricky.
But you can get good. Like, what about you've been playing Batman? So like Shadow of Mordor had very similar combat to Batman, and that was sword fighting combat.
True, but I would guess that Bleach would also have an online mode as well.
Okay,
where you could fight people.
Fair enough. So what about something like Ghost of Tsushima's combat?
That could be interesting.
Or
that could be very interesting.
Or are you thinking more Soulsy?
No, definitely not.
Not Soulsy?
Because Soulsy is very calculated and it's very slow. Some with Bleach, you want something a bit faster. Maybe Sekiro light. Maybe
so
more along the lines of Sekiro,
Soulsy.
maybe.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good premise, actually. Yeah, I'd put combat either a mix between like Sekiro and Demon Slayer looks pretty good, but it looks very similar to Naruto, the style.
The new Demon Slayer game, you mean?
The new Demon Slayer game.
It just looks like an arena hack and slash game, right? Like every other anime game.
So I'd well, Naruto is kind of like that as well, isn't it? Really, and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yeah,
it's a bit.
They're not good. That's why I'm not defending them. I think they're all terrible. But this is your fantasy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're terrible. I just think it definitely needs a change. I think it's saturated the way they do it, and I think Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and Naruto I enjoyed a little bit more than I did the previous Dragon Ball games because it was slightly different.
Sure.
Although it was similar anyway. But then again, you're talking about it's an anime game at the end of the day. Like with the Sekiro combat, could you really do all the fancy things that you'd want to do and transformations and everything. Because
Yeah,
there's
it's sort of like a buff. I mean, I could see that.
okay, let's stick with Sekiro then. I really enjoyed the combat in Sekiro, like the timing and everything. So
Mm.
yeah, I mean, Sekiro would actually be good. It would actually make the game a bit more challenging as well.
Mm.
They could the boss fights. I'm thinking QTEs, but I'm a bit sick of QTEs, especially if there's like trophies attached to them. Where's
But
it's like a 3-minute segment.
Souls-like game have human boss fights as well as monster boss fights, and they work. They're frustrating.
Yeah, you'd want it to be very flashy though, wouldn't you, for an anime? Especially Bleach. Bleach has a lot of
Stylish, right?
stylish colors.
Yeah.
Damage would have to be a thing, like where the character gets damaged, rips get clothes.
Battle damage.
Rips get clothes, clothes get ripped.
Yep. Yeah.
I
always
always
like
that.
that
That'll
in
definitely
games.
have to be a
Not
thing.
enough games do that. I do.
No,
I
they
do
don't.
enjoy that in games though.
They don't. Yeah, it gets you more immersed. Because you've seen a character get kicked across like 50 buildings, and then
Yeah.
they come out and they're like, not even a scratch on them. It's like, dude, that's not realistic.
It
Come
is
on.
satisfying. No, there's not actually even a ton of AAA games that do like damage to the character as the
No, there
game goes on. It is like quite tied to that anime culture, because I was thinking of Jump Force and like you know seeing Vegeta get blasted or something like that, and then coming out the other side of it with his armor like shredded, and it's like
Yeah,
it's just a cool moment. I know it's like nothing, but it's cool.
it's rare. It's rare to see. There
Yeah.
are a few games that do it, like Spider-Man did it, and Batman, they do it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I say Spider-Man do it, but Spider-Man doesn't really do it though. He does it in the original suit because of the storyline, but then when you do change suits, I don't think it happens, does it?
Batman definitely does.
Batman does, yeah, but then he's only got the one suit, hasn't he?
I think you can change suits in Batman, can't you?
If you pay the
Oh
extra,
yeah,
I
you
think
have to
so.
buy them. Yeah,
Yeah,
you've done pretty well.
yeah.
So that's our
Yeah.
so our Bleach game is a third-person Sekiro-like hack and slash game.
Yeah.
With is it a Sekiro art style as well, or is it more of an anime art style?
I'd say more of an anime art
More of
style.
an anime art style.
Yeah.
And English dub.
I don't know. I've never watched Bleach in English dub.
So probably
I've only watched
you
it in the
probably get
Japanese
both voice
voices.
actors then.
Yeah, I'd say, but if you're gonna do that, guys, at least accommodate them both. I hate games that have the two dialogues, but it really only has the one dialogue because the dub then it's not. It doesn't match the voices. I was really surprised with Ghost of Tsushima when I saw that. I was
How
so
well it was done.
disappointed.
Oh,
And
really?
the original, yeah, it's horrible. The original dub is the English dub.
Yeah.
And I played with the Japanese voices because I wanted to be, as Japanese as possible, a Japanese game.
Yeah.
And seeing them talking like the old Chinese films, man, it was
bad?
immersion breaking, man. It was Jin Sakai.
Oh, really?
Oh man, it was brutal.
They had like the voice actor for Vegeta, wasn't it? Or someone did the voice in that. Like
the Japanese one.
The Japanese one, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Probably. I think maybe the uncle. The uncle kind of reminded me a bit of.
Maybe.
I don't think Jin was Vegeta.
No, one of them I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it was Vegeta was one of the voice actors. Well, that's our Bleach game then, is it?
I think so.
There you
Trophy
go.
wise, I'd say stick along the lines of your typical anime trade. Don't make them grindy, please. Nobody likes grinding on games. Just no. I mean, if it's a grind to like, I don't know, what's a good game that I mean, we could probably say The Witcher 3 side quests are a bit of a grind because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do that, make them unique like The Witcher 3 did, because although they're pretty much the same concept, they're kind of unique in their own way.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make it grindy, like do like 150 side quests, but at least make them interesting.
Well,
Make the effort.
I would like to see a One Piece RPG.
Okay.
Currently, One Piece has got like these weird games. They're either fighting games, which are fine. They've either got these Musou style games, which are, that's when you attack thousands of enemies at the same time on the screen. They're all got 1 HP. Or they have an RPG very similar to Kakarot. I think it was made by the same developers 2 years before Kakarot came out. So that's kind of what the landscape of One Piece games are at the moment. The Musou games are okay. They just get a bit boring. They've made 4 of them, and they retell the same story every time. It's the same problem that Dragon Ball has.
Yeah.
I would love to see an RPG style game, maybe Witcher style RPG, with a big open world like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, where you can drive around the ocean in a ship. The majority of the world is ocean, but there's a bunch of islands and things in there, and it'd be really cool to see it progress through each of the various arcs of One Piece. So as you start the game, you start off in the East Blue, I think it is, exploring that part of the ocean, and he slowly builds up his crew as you visit the different islands. The islands are fully explorable. You bring on new crew members and team members, and then they become playable characters. They probably have their own unique skills, like a Castlevania game, so they can unlock a different area. Maybe you need Zoro's sword ability to unlock something to get to the next island or something like that. And each of the different characters would have a unique perk or something to them, which continues to progress you through the narrative, so it can naturally unlock parts of the map, all the way through to, I don't even know. They could make it a 1, a 2, a 3 versions of this game if they wanted to just do separate things. I think the biggest problem with the Dragon Ball and the One Piece games is they always start from the beginning. You always start from the East Blue saga, or you always start from the Raditz saga, and it sucks. I don't want to battle Raditz every time. I don't want to. I don't have to do that. It's not fun. And like having it so, part 1 is the Saiyan saga, or maybe Saiyan and Frieza saga if we're talking Dragon Ball, or it's the East Blue if it's One Piece, or maybe all the way up to the Alabasta arc or something like that. And that's a bunch of content in one RPG, and then the sequel to that game is then the next part of that story, so that you don't have to replay the same thing again and again and again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You still get to sort of.
I agree with that. I
think it's a problem. I was interested when you said that before about Naruto. I didn't realize they did that. I just assumed they would have started at the beginning each time, same as these other games do.
And the thing is, they improve the game massively with every game they release. So the first one it's not terrible, but if you're not a Naruto fan, you won't enjoy it.
Right.
It's very outdated now. They do have a few different details. Like they do this thing which is awakenings, and every awakening is different. And sort of they kind of nailed down the character's sort of type and specifications. So there's always like a substitution jutsu.
Yeah.
And for example, for Itachi, the normal substitution jutsu is obviously the typical tree trunk with the kunai in. That's what most characters have, but then characters like Itachi, he has the crows as a substitution jutsu. It's a small detail, but it's a really nice detail because
you can see the improvements as well.
That's what he uses.
Yeah.
And then like every game after the first one, the second one is a lot better than the first one. Third one is better than the second. Fourth is top notch for me, in my opinion. The combat is just the little styles and everything, and the way the jutsus are is top tier. So I think they a lot of developers should do it more like that, rather than try and stuff everything into one game.
Because you can just take advantage of more details for those specific stories that you're trying to tell as well, and you can kind of then translate an anime story to more of a video game story arc versus trying to just tell an anime story in a video game form factor, which doesn't tend to work very well.
You could even do what ifs.
Yeah, and that's that was what Dragon Ball Xenoverse did, and I think that was quite cool how they did that. I enjoyed that. And
Naruto Storm 3, obviously, it's hard to transition. It's hard to end a game halfway through an arc, because obviously they end it halfway through the war arc.
Oh yeah,
and they did it really well. So they kind of concluded that story in the third game, but then when they made the fourth game, they carried it on as if that was kind of like a different ending, like an alternate ending.
Yeah.
And I really like that, rather than leaving it as an open to be continued sort of thing.
Yeah.
They ended it there in a different way that the anime ended, basically.
Well, that way they can tackle them all as individual games as well.
Yeah.
Tell their own unique stories versus telling a continuous thing and having to have played the previous entries. So
exactly. Yeah.
I think that's what that would be required. But that would be my One Piece.
I would play that game.
Adventure.
I think One Piece is hard because it's like a soap. There's so many episodes. It's so
It's a lot of
big.
content, though. That's what I mean. Like, there's plenty of content there to make. As long as you don't try and tackle all of it, there's plenty there.
Exactly,
Even if you just tackle the first like 2 arcs, or even just the first arc, you know, there's plenty of stuff there for you to work from to produce something that's like special, like really special, rather than just mash everything in there and just hope for the best. But
yeah, 100% agree.
That's really all. That's really all I had. I know we've talked a long time about anime and all things anime, but I think it's really special. George and I don't talk about. Well, we do talk about a lot of anime, just not on the podcast. So, it's been fun to be able to talk about anime with you, buddy.
Yeah.
Do you think? How would you rate your performance on this episode?
On this episode?
Yeah.
Out of 10?
I mean, out of whatever you want.
I'd say a good 1 out of 1.
That's pretty good. I think I'd agree with that.
Yeah. I think I don't set the bar very high.
No,
I don't need to. Yeah, 1.
Yeah, you should be pleased with that. I think it's good.
The minimum also being 1. So.
The minimum being 1 and the maximum being 1. So I think it works on both sides. What do we? How do I normally end this? Do you have anything to plug? Do you have anything coming out? Well, we should talk. I am going to feature on an upcoming episode of Joel's. I don't want to call you Guy. Joel's show at some point. Do we have a date or a time frame?
No, there's been some technical difficulties with the PC.
Oh, okay.
I haven't lost any content. Don't worry, I haven't lost any content. That's saved. Oh no, no. That's fine. But the PC it needs a bit of an upgrade.
Okay.
There's a lot of there's a lot of things to include in the podcast, and the computer I do like 3 seconds of it, and it kind of just goes, yeah, no thanks.
Oh,
and
wow.
It just shuts down.
That's not good. Well, I'll be sure to link everyone when that episode does finally go live. And if people have gone over and subscribed like I told them to, then they'll be able to see me over there and enjoy that discussion from Variant Blonde Josh whenever that does end up coming out.
It'll be soon. It'll be soon.
The
podcast just they take a while to edit because I do a lot of editing.
Same.
Which I kind of regret.
I do a lot as well. But... So it's I know what you mean. It's hard. It's hard work. What do you have happening at the moment? Any videos out at the moment you want people to go check out?
Yeah, I mean soon I'll be having a ranking, a trophy list ranking out, and then after that I should be more regular. But a few things sorting out IRL with the move and everything. I didn't realize moving countries was so difficult, or
it's
required so much hassle. It's hard work. It really is hard work.
It's not easy.
So I should be back to a regular-ish schedule in the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
Nice. Good to hear. Good to see the videos coming back into regularity as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully some of you guys go over there and subscribe to Joel. He's making some good content, and let him know that he should start coming over and editing some of my videos. I think that's ultimately the goal of this entire hour and a half or so that we've recorded. So just let's see if we can get that to happen. I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't have, because I've told you so many times, but just do it anyway. Yeah. Leave a like if you enjoyed this podcast, and leave a like if you didn't enjoy this podcast. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about Pokemon creation as well. Curious to get everyone's thoughts on that. And leave a nice little message for George. Let him know that you miss him. Let him know that he's, you want him to come back. He's going to be sad when he sees these go live and he's lying on a beach and he's just been replaced. He's gonna be a sad boy. So let him know that you miss George as well. I'm sure he wants some love from all of you. But that is all for this week's episode of TCS. Thank you so much for watching. Normally I throw the last word to George and he normally ruins it, but I'm gonna give it to you this time, Joel. What's the final word?
Bird.
There you go. Just as disappointing.
Bird is the word.
Hey Patreons for this month, thank you so very, very much for helping to support the channel and keep the lights on. Patrons will be seeing their names showing up here next to me right now. Thank you to every single one of you, and also YouTube channel members as well. If you want to become a member of the YouTube channel, you can hit the join button down below. Not only do you get your name featured here at the end of every video, but you will also get exclusive emotes to you in my comment section and chat as well, and a badge next to your name showing you are a legend. Likewise, if you want to join the Patreon, link in the description down below. Thank you, each and every one of you, so very much.